What's going on? I'm back at the park. I got a trick that a lot of you are probably gonna look at me a little crooked about because it's so simple, yet I've just never done it. I got a lot of feedback like that in the last video when I was doing backside hurricanes. I had a couple comments like, dude, you can't do this. And yeah, the reality is I can't do everything. I think a lot of people's misconceptions on being pro skaters is that you can do every trick, and that's not true whatsoever. This trick is incredibly simple, but I've never figured it out. I just have never spent the time figuring it out. I've tried it a few times, and I just never was able to get my board to not flip out when I was trying to do what I was trying to do. Today, I'm gonna do backside 5-0, front 180 out. Like I said, I know this is really simple, but it's not beneath me. No trick is beneath you because this one is gonna teach me a lot of control. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to really control this one and control my lock-in on the ledge to make me not flip my board like I usually do when I come out of this trick. Also, got some new members in my memberships that I offer. Just wanna say thank you guys for joining. If you guys haven't checked it out, I don't know where it's gonna be. I don't know if I can put it on the screen or whatever. Check it out, see what each tier features, and let me know what you think. You know the deal. I'm gonna throw on my socks and shoes, give you my hypothesis, and see if I can figure out how to front 180 out of backside 5-0s. All right, so backside 5-0, front 180 out. So the last time I tried this trick, I was at Stonecliff and I was skating with my good friend Marky, and he did one first try. He did it like it was honestly nothing. I remember I asked him like, dude, how do you do this? Because every time I try to do it, my board flips out. And I wish I remembered what he said because this was so long ago. But if I can guess what I think he said, it was something about the way you lock your truck into the 5-0. It's almost like you lock your entire truck onto it. Not like scoop out, but you kind of like do like this weird little shove out. My problem is I lock my back 5-0s a little more similarly to how I would do it on a rail, where I lock my heel side wheel on the ledge, or at least I put my weight there. And that's why every time I try to come out, it almost does like a pressure, I guess it would be like a front heel out. I've tried to do this numerous different ways and I've had the same result. It's just flips out, flips out, flips out. And I usually get pretty tired of it. And I just think like, all right, this trick is pretty simple. I'd rather get to some more complicated stuff. Like, I don't think I really need to do this trick or learn this trick, but that's not true. I think I do need to learn this trick because it teaches you control. There's a lot of tricks in skating that are really sick, they're really complicated, you know, they look cool, but like sometimes you forget the ones that just teach you how to skateboard. Doing a back 5-0 is one of the more basic tricks, 100%. But doing a back 5-0, doing a front 180 out, it's taking two very basic tricks that you would think are just super easy. You would think, okay, back 5-0, front 180, it should just work. It really shouldn't even be a question because you could do a bunch of other tricks, but that's wrong. There's a lot of technical stuff within such simple tricks that makes them pretty difficult. That's why manual skating is, in my opinion, some of the most difficult skateboarding you could possibly do. Not because it's scary, but because it's simple. And sometimes it gets complicated, but even the most simple manual combo is the most frustrating shit because you don't have fear involved. You're not scared of it. It's just this very low to the ground, low impact, quick flick, quick pop kind of skating that is just so tedious. And this trick is no different. This is a very tedious trick, but doing the tedious tricks makes you a better skateboarder. I think for this one, once I learn how to lock my toe side wheel on my back foot on the ledge, like whole truck on the ledge, that's where I'm really gonna learn how to get out of this the way that I need to get out of it. All right, I got on my socks and shoes. It's time to go to the ledge and figure out how to backside 5-0, front 180 out. But first, we gotta do those warm-up tricks. You know the deal. I gotta do all those, figure them out. I'm gonna start with backside hurricane because I promised you guys I would continue that as soon as I came to Rosemead, and today's the first day I'm back since I made that video. All right, we got through the warm-up. Not gonna lie, that was such a bitch. I was pissed off for most of it, but we got the hurricane, so that's a dub. I'm gonna move to the little ledge because I feel like I gotta start with a long 5-0. Once I'm comfortable 5-0 in the whole thing, I think I'm gonna start trying to 180 out, but I'm gonna keep in mind that toe side wheel kind of lock and try to like just get comfortable doing that and then try to get it done. I usually balance my back 5-0s, but this one I feel like I'm gonna need to drag my tail. So I'm gonna get used to dragging my tail on the whole thing. You saw that, right? You saw it kind of shift? That's what I'm talking about. That's how I'm gonna need my 5-0, but I'm gonna have to lean on the ledge. I think I'm understanding something I need to do. I drug my heel on the last one, and that made me feel like I was really on top of the ledge. So I'm gonna start trying these on the smaller one. I'm gonna drag my heel just a little bit. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but I think that's how I'm supposed to do this. I think that's why I wasn't able to ever do it, because my foot was always on my tail. It's the heel drag thing. I've already figured it out. That's why this has always been so hard. It's because my tendency to do 5-0s is to do it on my heel side wheel. But what I really needed to do was just really lock my whole truck on the ledge, kind of drag my heel a little bit, just keep all my weight right on top of that. Kind of like heel side locking on my wheel, but like also the entire truck flat across. I can't be halfway on. It's got to be full truck flat across in order for it to work. Next, I gotta focus on putting my weight straight down on my back foot. Kind of like leaning off the ledge a little bit and leaning back a little bit. I need to just be pretty centered, just flat as I possibly could be. All right, that wasn't bad. Keeping my shoulders open is helping a lot too. I've gotta like get into a 5-0 and just kind of naturally let my body turn as if I'm gonna come out frontside. It's all just a matter of how you get in. That was my whole problem. It's just how I get into 5-0s. Now I'm understanding I need to really like just be solid on there, because my truck is like naturally wanting to come off the ledge because I don't 5-0 with my whole truck on it. Just got to break my habits. Even though I've done a couple, this is one that I should have in the bag and should probably be able to do at least 50% of the time or more. So I've got to really break a lot of old habits I got. I'm realizing you also kind of pop from your heel. It's like a front shove, but you have your toes up. You kind of jam your heel into this pocket right here, and you just feel it go, whoop. That's all it is. All right, well, I want to do this with one trick in mind. It's getting really crowded, so I found the only ledge that doesn't have little kids, and I'm gonna try something real quick. Probably got about 10 minutes of sunlight, but I think we got this. Watch out, little dude. All right, I gotta figure out how to just lock in like I learned how to. It's almost there. That's where my weight needs to be. I was this close. It's okay, I wouldn't have liked that anyway. All right, so that's it. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was very, very light. I kind of just never did that trick. Like I never really tried to do it because I almost assumed it was too easy for me to try, which it's pretty stupid because you should just try to do all the tricks you can. And I definitely skipped that one. But today I figured it out, and I figured it out very quick. This was definitely the quickest I've figured out a new trick in one of these videos. My warm up took me a lot longer than it did for me to figure out how to 180 out. So I'm sure it probably was just a very easy trick, but I made it a little more difficult, as I usually do, and kickflipped into it, because that was really my goal the entire time, was to have this trick so that I could kickflip into it. It's kind of how my brain works. If I don't have a trick, I typically want to kickflip into it. So I just distract myself, learn the trick, then kickflip into it the same day, pretty much right after I learn how to do it. I've always been that way, and that's just how I like to get down. Just want to remind you guys, got memberships active right now. 3 tiers, a bunch of different features and stuff like that. I'm going to be messing with it, kind of giving you guys some extra stuff of value, but I want to hear from you. What do you like? What are you into? What's even worth paying money? I don't really know. I just saw it as an option and I turned it on, and figured why not. If you guys like this video, or if you have any other tricks that you want me to do, easy or like medium difficulty, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I'm not trying to just do hard ass tricks. That's like not very fun. I'll throw a couple difficult ones in there, but like that's not the point of this series. This is for me to just become more of a well-rounded skater. So hit me with things that you guys are struggling with. Maybe I'll just try it myself. Maybe shit, I probably don't even know how to do it either. If you guys like this, please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. As always, until next time, I will see you next Sunday. Peace.